Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or whatever it is where you are.
Oh, Don.
Hey, Don.
How are
Hi,
you?
Don. It's afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon then. And let's get over here to our albums. And hope everybody is enjoying the class and learning a little bit of something about it, about photography and commercial photography and in specifics. Let's see here. Share screen, boom. So before we get going, do we have any questions from anyone? Okay, all right. And we are recording, correct? I think so. All right, we'll just jump right into it here. And so we got here, Andrew.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I hope you are too.
And a lemon dropped into, is that water?
That's in water, yes.
You don't want to do that with gin. That would be a waste of really good gin.
Yeah, that was maybe the 50th drop, and the other 49 didn't look. Very
Seems
good.
so easy, doesn't it? It's like you think, well, I'm going to drop it. As soon as I'll click it with the shutter, and I'll have it. And yeah,
I tried it first with soda water because I thought that the bubbles in the water would sort of look good, but it looked terrible. So I went back to water. And I originally tried it on a plain glass top. And the reflection I got was absolutely terrible because it was a sort of double reflection.
because it was glass, right?
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah.
you get the reflection on the top, and then you get the reflection of the bottom part. Yeah, yep.
And so I found a piece of stainless steel, and I polished that up, and it was better. And then I realized that if I turned it over and sort of taped up the corners, I could use it as a pool of water. And that's
There you
what I
go.
did.
Yeah, because I
And-
got to tell you, your reflection is wonderful.
Yeah, and that's
It's
where I
just
got
really nice.
the idea from. And it's a composite in Photoshop with 100% on the top and only 70% on the bottom because it was a bit overpowering. Yeah. I mean, with the opacity, is 70% on the bottom.
And I like the visual pun here of having the splash in the top, but not in the reflection.
Yeah, I didn't really think that it was actually necessary. It worked without it. Sort of know what I mean.
Yeah, it's kind of like a visual pun. It's like you look at it and go, oh, and then you go, wait a minute. You catch the, it's a small joke, but it's a good joke. Your lighting is coming from, let's go over here and look at this.
It's from both sides. It's I use 2 speed lights.
Okay.
And I tape most of them up. And
I see that.
Yeah, and it was on a very low setting, I think, on a 120, 128.
Yeah. So you've got the fastest duration possible to freeze those drops. It looks really good. Really good shot. Did you have fun doing it?
I did actually, yes.
Did you ever do anything like it before?
I've never done anything like this before. But
I bet you do it again.
Because of this, I actually went out and bought a sheet of black perspex. Yeah, because I like this sort of I like this sort of reflection, and I want to do more of it. Yeah, I did have a lot of fun doing it. Yes.
when you get the Perspex, it will scratch eventually. You get these tiny, tiny little scratches in it. The way to get the scratches out is sewing machine oil. Soft cloth, and you just very lightly polish it with sewing machine oil, and the oil fills all the cracks in.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah, very good, man. Really nice. How fun.
Thank you.
Really glad you did that. Oh, I like Maker's Mark. Good old Walmart whiskey. Whose is this? Lauren.
That's mine.
Yeah, Walmart whiskey. Can't get better than that. Or was it Sam's Club or Walmart? Sam's Club.
That one actually came from Target.
Oh, so maybe it's not the Walmart brand. Interesting.
Maker's Mark's a handcrafted.
Yeah, it's good. It's good whiskey.
Good whiskey.
Yeah. You got a very blurry splash going on in the back. My question is this a composite with the bottle in front of the splash?
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to push myself. I haven't never done anything like that. And so that's my first attempt. My first attempt was with a softbox behind, and there just wasn't enough light to do it.
Okay.
And so I set up my strobe and put on my long lens. There you go.
Okay.
And then I shot the bottle first, and then behind that white screen is the strobe with a 50% spot.
Okay. I probably would have had you center the spot a little more.
Okay.
Always critical to do that. The whiskey in here with this bright area of whiskey and right in here looks pretty good. Really does. Looks pretty good. And I'm really surprised that you got that nice of a highlight off a damn speed light.
Well, no, the bottle was shot with a softbox.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going, I got to get me one of these speed lights. What kind of speed light is that? All right, that didn't make any sense at all. All right.
I shot the bottle with a softbox to the right, a white card kind of just off camera, camera left, and then behind I had a speed light coming through a gray background.
Okay. Yeah, your bottle looks really, really good. I'm honestly not sure I like the out of focus water, but the bottle. This is very well done bottle. You've got all the little highlight coming back right there. You've got it right, that highlight right there on the rim of the bottle. Your label doesn't go too dark over here. The label looks great here. You can actually feel the paper of the label in it. I think you did a really good job with it.
I just don't know. How do you get the water into focus? That's the. I focused on the bottle itself.
Well, you'd have to. Was there a bottle here when you were throwing the water?
Yes, there was that bottle when I was throwing the water.
Okay. It looks to me then like what were you shooting with? What lights?
With what light?
Yeah.
With the strobe in the back and then the speed light. Right.
What kind of strobe in the back?
It's an LS speed light. It was set at 32, at 1/32 power.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they're
200. It's a 200 watt second light.
It seems like it's in focus up here. It's just not in focus back there. And I don't. And what was your aperture on this?
I shot that with my 55 to 200 at 165. At 5.6 at 150.
That's probably your problem. Is the 5.6 at 160 millimeters. Not much depth of field. So it's a depth of field issue here.
Okay.
Probably better off at 16.
At 16?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to have to go all the way through the bottle to the dimension of it. Then that means you just bring your light up. All right. Yeah.
Off the grid.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. That bottle looks smaller in the photograph than it does here. It's pretty good sized bottle.
Yeah,
All right.
I actually shot, when I shot that, then I took I had cut out the original bottle and then I sized it to match the bottle that
Sure.
I have.
Yep. Sometimes you can blend them together too. Nicely done. Good
Thank
job. Yeah. Ron Mayhew. Ron.
Hi there.
Hi there, Ron. How are you?
I am well, and you?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Um, let's see. Do you have a behind the scenes here, Ron?
Yep.
You do. Okay. So you are. I love the towel.
Yeah.
You think, well, how messy can I get? Really, really messy. That's
Yeah, really
always,
good. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and then those shots where you're doing the beer bottle, right? And you want the foam to come over the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do the shot, and then you have to clean the bottle, the glass. You have to clean the glass, clean the surface, let it dry, and then do another shot. Now, if you're doing 40 shots, you're into a half an afternoon with that. I mean, it just the time between shots will kill you. I like how you elevated this so you didn't have to worry about that. So tell me about your splash in the air. It almost looks like this is underwater. Very kind of cool.
Well, that's a composite of probably 5 splashes out of probably 100 or more attempts.
Okay.
So I took about 5 and composited them without the label being lit. Just I took the LED light, the front light. I took it away when I was doing the splashing.
So all the splashes are backlit.
Yes, yes. And then like I said, I created a composite of the splashes, and I think I used 5.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of a lot of masking and so on. And so yeah, some of them obviously came over the bottle because the bottle was there while I was still in the water.
Sure.
So then I cut out the front lit one and set it in, and then with a layer mask I was able to brush out some of it to get the splashes that were on the front of the bottle. So
What I really like is that you can splash the heck out of the bottle, but you have to be very careful if you start splashing the label.
yeah. Well, I got that. I got my front shot first, and so I didn't have to worry about the label being wet after that.
Yep. Yeah, because clients will, all of this is great. Clients won't like it there, but yours is nice and clean. It looks natural. It doesn't look like you photoshopped it in. Has a good feeling to it. I like it.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I like it a lot. And now, is the bottle not full? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I used what I had.
Yep. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, but that's it. It just wasn't full. It didn't really notice. It didn't show so much when I took it out of the freezer because it was all frosted. But by the time I got to this point, it had thawed out. So
What is it?
limoncello. It's a lemon liqueur,
Oh,
Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Nice set. Your set really makes sense. Yeah.
Then the first time I'd ever used gels, but that worked out, I thought, pretty nicely. I had to tweak the color of the background a little bit, but not too much.
Yep. Driving a gel through a scrim is the best way to do a spray light. That's what we call them. That's what I've called them. That's a spray light. It's bright at the back. The best way to do a spray light. If you start front lighting seamless, that can work, but you've got to make sure you got enough distance between your bottle and the seamless so you don't get the seamless in focus.
Sure.
So
sure.
This gives you a lot more freer way to do it. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. You plan on doing another splash shot?
Yeah, I want to do something like this in a glass. I haven't done that yet. So
Right.
yeah.
Very good. One of the things that we like to do in the 8-week splash class, we have 8 different assignments, and one of the things we do is we take a fish tank. What is that? An aquarium, right?
Mm-hmm.
You fill the aquarium with water, and you're photographing through the aquarium glass. You drop like a soda can in it, and the bubbles all go around the soda can.
Sure.
Right? And then you drop it in upside down. Then you flip the image, and you've got this soda can. Looks like it's jumping out of the water, with the water trailing rather than the bubbles trailing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. A cheap $10 aquarium is a lot of fun. All right, Dot.
Hi.
Hi. Wow. Look at all. Is that milk or cream?
It's cream, actually.
Cream.
After you
Yep.
suggested it, I thought I'd do cream instead of milk.
Yep.
But I had to composite it with 2 images. Made a right mess, but had a lot of fun. I was a bit unsure of the speed. This is the only one that worked. I tried a Southern Comfort glass shot. I tried a shower gel shot. I tried a hose with a black background. The only one I could get to work was the cream, because it seemed to be a bit slower.
Yeah.
In jumping around.
What was your what lights are you using? Are these strobes?
Yes, yeah.
And what brand?
This is a refurbished Profoto speed light. I've got 2 of those. But I was only shooting at 1/5 of a second. I think maybe I should have been faster. I had a faster speed. I was trying to get the light, so the speed was a bit too long, except for the...
A 50th of a second is too slow. You can go higher than that. But actually, the shutter speed doesn't matter, because it's the flash that's freezing the
Oh, of course, yeah.
And what power were these Profotos on?
I think it was at 3 or 4.
Okay.
Quite a low.
Quite low. Yeah, they should be rather fast, but I've found that my Profotos, I have the compacts, Pro Compacts, they don't work well for splash shots. They're just too long of a duration. The other question I would ask is, did you have a lot of light on in the room?
No, it was quite dark. I did it at night because I couldn't get rid of the ambient light.
Yeah, got to kill that ambient light. All of that being said, if the other ones didn't work, this one did, and it works really well. That's very, very fun. What are you dropping into there?
Strawberries.
Oh, okay. And it's sitting on black something?
Yeah, I had a black Perspex square.
Okay.
And I was trying to get a reflection. I got a bit of a reflection, but maybe I needed a bit more of a reflection.
Nope. You don't want the reflection. The reflection's nice, but you don't want the reflection to hinder us seeing this. You get this beautiful bright white against that absolutely stark black. This would make a wonderful, wonderful print. It would just be astounding. And you shot it square. How cool. Yeah, I'd make a print of this, Dot. Absolutely.
All right.
I think it'd be awesome. Print it on a matte or a semi-matte paper. That'd be fun.
That's the first flash shot. Well, the splash shot I've actually done.
Yeah. Well, you got a good one. You got a darn good one. If I was going to do anything to the reflection, or was it actually sitting on another? Is this an upside down one of these?
No, it's actually just a reflection.
Just a reflection. Okay, so you did the same thing as earlier. You didn't get the splash reflected in the bottom here.
No, I did the dish and the reflection, and I did the splash separately because I had all the plastic
Right. And there wasn't anything in
heating and everything.
there wasn't anything in this bowl when you shot it because it's black instead of white. I think it's clever. If anything, I would mute this about a half stop and let it just be
All right.
almost just a little bit down there, and let this thing really rock out. I think it's great. Nicely done. What lens?
It's 1680 zoom at about, I think it was 32 millimeters.
Wow, good job. Good job. You could always get a picture of a strawberry hanging from a string and put the strawberry, get the strawberry, cut it out and put the strawberry up here like it's another strawberry falling into it as well, which would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Add
great
one more
idea.
color to it, yeah. But yeah, that looks very good. Make a print and see what you think.
Will do, thanks.
Yep. Uh-huh. Josh Crandall.
Hello.
Hi, Josh.
Right.
Irish Spring, we got all kinds of water all over it. Looking good up here. Everything seems to be frozen nicely enough. Boy, your lighting on the Irish Spring looks really great, Josh.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, really great.
I mean,
Behind the scenes? Okay, so
yep.
waterproofed box or strip box?
This is just 32 by 32 softbox
Okay,
with SB 800 in it.
okay.
As close
and
as
then,
I could get it.
Yep, and a white card, with
Nope.
in a Ziploc.
Yep. Because
Good.
I got wet.
Yeah, everything gets wet when you're doing this. It's
Yeah,
really
it does.
nice. Oh, light is just great.
Thank you.
Label looks fantastic. Now, in this particular case, you let the water run over the label, and I think that's fine. And like I said earlier, sometimes you want a really clean label, and sometimes you don't. It depends on the art director. As long as you know how to make either one, you can make them happy. So how do you do this another way? Well, number one, I make sure this thing doesn't move. I don't know what you guys did, but I will use a little bit of hot glue or glue gun or something to make sure this thing doesn't move. Then I'll take a picture of the Irish Spring bottle with a perfect label on it.
I do
Now I've
have
got
a
my
picture
label. Now
with
I
the
can,
perfect label,
huh?
but I do have that.
Yeah. Oh,
But
you don't want to put that on here.
But yeah, but it didn't look right
No.
because the whole bottle's so wet. With a clean label, it just
Yeah.
looked wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. You have too much fun happening, this sheen
Right.
of water come across. No, I'm just saying that's what I always do first.
Right.
And we can figure it out later. But that looks really, really good. What was your lens, sir?
60 millimeter macro.
Okay. And you're coming from a little bit lower than center on this bottle.
Yep.
Because we're looking up at the bottle up here. It's kind of looking a little bit up at it. And we're looking straight across right about here.
Yep. I kind of like that. It made it look, more dominant and powerful.
Yep.
I shot it at like f/16, because I was having trouble getting the water not to be all, because the depth of field is so low. I had to have enough aperture to make enough of the water sharp so it didn't look bad, and then balance that with the fact that my flash had to be set low for the fast duration.
Right.
So I ended up at like ISO 1600, but
okay. I can't tell it in the image.
No,
I can't tell it in the image, so I think you're fine.
Hey, Don, can I ask?
1600 is right on the edge.
Yeah, it was. I wanted a little bit more aperture maybe, but I didn't want to have to go to 3200, so I just left it.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Don, can I ask a question?
Yeah, Lauren.
The white card put in that Ziploc bag, does that make that Ziploc, or does that Ziploc bag make that white card a little bit more efficient on reflecting light?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit shinier. Yes. Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we'll
which
get
actually
see that.
helped a little bit.
Yeah, and you can see that here in that highlight right there, which is really that card with the plastic over it. So yeah, it'll make it a little bit more efficient, a little bit more sharp of a highlight. Good job.
Thank you.
You guys are rocking this. This is fun stuff. Oh my goodness, fun stuff. Artemis, Annalise.
Hello.
Hi, Annalise.
Hi.
Well, this is a portfolio shot.
Mhm.
Are you a commercial photographer?
That's what I'm turning my focus to, yeah.
Okay, right now you're shooting weddings and babies and stuff?
I actually haven't gone fully professional yet, so I wasn't sure what genre I wanted to focus on. I thought after giving it a lot of thought that probably this is a good lane for me to be in with all the online presence.
Yeah, if you start thinking that you might want to do weddings and stuff,
yeah,
get a whole bunch of this and drink it. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is really lovely. This is a great shot. Obviously, there's some Photoshop involved.
Oh gosh, yes. Hours.
Tell us how you did the cups.
So the cups, my nemesis. The bottom cup has a lot of quarters in them, and then a bit less and less and less. And I used paper towel behind as I was getting closer to the arc. Some paper towel to stuff in behind to push them close to the front, so that they would, squish against each other nicely. And the very top one, to get it to be almost horizontal, I just used some double-sided tape on the bottom of it to try to get it to stay, almost horizontal like that. So I did that shot first, and then I did a pour shot. So that's completely cut out. The pour is a whole different shot as well.
Right.
And then the bottom with the crown, those are 2 shots as well. I couldn't get a nice big splash just with the coffee by itself. Oh, that was very difficult. I kept just having a little pool of coffee, and then I'd splash, and I get some nice crowns, but they were really see-through. So the next shot shows I have it in the bottom of like a little dessert cup. So I have a reservoir of coffee to make a big splash. And then one of my other crowns, I cut the base of it to use that, and I composited it all together.
Well, you did a great job with it. Really good concept.
I can't take credit. I saw something very similar on a magazine cover, and it just sort of spoke to me.
That's okay. Yeah.
To be honest.
Nothing that we do is new. It's all been done before. So we just find different ways to make it so. I really like the shot, Annalise. Good job all the way around, from concept through execution.
Thank you very much.
Love the light on the cups. So we have a large softbox to one side.
Yep.
And what is over here? There's got to be something over here we're not seeing, right?
No, I just had
Oh, I see. The white here.
Yeah.
This is actually coming from the background.
Yeah, and it's on a reflective surface. It's on reflective acrylic, so that's also bouncing some light back up to it.
Yep.
And that backsplash, the cloth in the back got totally ruined with coffee.
Oh.
It was all brown and spotty by the end of it.
Oh my. Were you able to wash it?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, good. Really super shot, 50 millimeters.
Thank you. Yep, 50 millimeters.
Nice. Well darn done, I'll tell you that.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Oh, we've got some lemons splashing in water with bubbles and everything here. Judy Hernandez.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. This was a major challenge for me since I've never used Flash and I'm not good with Photoshop. So,
Well, look what you ended up with. This is good.
Yeah, it was half the shot. I'd say 90% of the shots were either the lemons were, or the lime were in the air, or they were already at the bottom. So it was a tough one. I had to do a lot of research to figure out even how to use a flash. So,
Well, damn girl, you did good. Okay, I mean, your first time using flash.
Yep.
Show you a little bit of a couple of things here in a second. Your concept is very good. Your composition and arrangement's pretty darn good. You have you've caught the splash up here with all these bubbles in here. That's really fun. Now your light is too harsh.
okay.
But that's because you're using a bare speed light.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's close, so I really didn't know what to do about that.
Scrim. You need a scrim.
Oh,
You need a
okay.
you know, nice scrim to fit right here.
Uh-huh.
The flash will light the scrim up. The scrim will light up the bottom
Okay.
or this. Second thing you needed to do, was this a softbox back here?
It was just there. I didn't use it. The room was totally black.
Okay. I would say bring that softbox up to about here.
Oh, okay.
Go
Use
ahead
it.
and turn it on. So you
Okay.
got opposing lights. You got a side light, and then you got one coming from the back, behind the, out of the frame, so we don't see it.
Okay.
It's going to give you some pretty nice flash. The
All right.
third thing that is optional at this point is what do we do about the black of the background showing through the water.
Uh-huh.
So one thing you can do is to cut a card. Maybe you want this water to look a little milky, or, water. We always think of water as, we don't think of it being transparent when we look at it like this. We want to see the water, right? So you could play with something like a light blue card. And the way you do it is here's your, come on thing. Here's your bowl.
Right.
And your camera over here. And then behind the bowl is a piece of white card cut, or in this case, a light blue card cut to the exact shape of this bowl.
Okay.
But a little bit larger because you're going to put it at an angle like this. And that way your light over here is going to light that card up, and the camera's going to go right through the bowl and see the card. So it's going to be like a light blue or something like that. And it'll set the whole thing off from the background.
Okay.
And we won't even think of it as not being normal because we think of the water as blue, that type of thing. It's like a beer. It's like when you see beer shots that are that way.
All right.
Let's see. Beer shot on black. We're going to go into the images here. And look at this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Black.
when we think of beer, we think of golden beer, right? Well, beer is transparent. This should be black.
Yes.
So,
I get it.
Yep. Very cool. Good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job. I love to see what you're doing because you are on the right track here.
I have one question.
Of course.
Okay. When I was trying to figure out how to use the flash off camera,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a trigger. I found out you needed a trigger, and I didn't have one. So then I read somewhere else, or I saw it in a video, that you could use the onboard, the built-in flash as a trigger.
You can.
That's
yes.
what I ended up doing.
Okay.
But I did buy a trigger, but do I have to get a receiver too, or will this trigger just work like the built-in flash worked?
Probably you need a receiver.
Okay.
Yes. And you got a trigger without a receiver?
Yeah, it is for my camera. That's what I knew I had to get one for my camera, but I didn't know.
What kind of camera do you have?
It's a Fuji mirrorless.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, welcome to Fuji Hill. Yep.
Yeah, so
the whole Fuji off camera thing is tricky. You need
Yeah, and this just came in last night, so I haven't had a chance to even try it out. But if I need a receiver,
I
then
don't know. Let me say this. I don't know on the Fuji. Your
okay.
trigger may already talk to you. Is it a Fuji flash?
No, it's not. It's a third-party brand.
Okay, no, then yeah, you'll need a trigger.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And yeah, the other thing I learned is I saw a video. The photographer was using continuous shooting burst mode, and I discovered that with the Fuji, if I have the built-in flash on, it won't do burst mode. It has to be on single burst, single shot.
Because the flash has a time where it has to rebuild itself.
Okay.
So the flash on burst mode, it goes, it takes bam, 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 bam. The flash can't regenerate fast enough.
Okay.
And it will wreck your light trying to do that. So that's why they turn it off.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right. Very good.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good job. Well, this is fun. Ilona.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Ilona. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah. Wow. I love how you froze the water. What are you doing? What are you doing light-wise? Oh, you've got your child in the bathtub.
Yes. I bribed my daughter to hold the strawberries underneath the water spout.
And of course, your daughter thinks you're absolutely out of your mind. Like, what
She's
am I
like,
doing,
"Just
Mom?
hurry up, my back hurts." Like, move to the right, not that finger.
I love this. Right off the bat, one thing I would have you change, easy change,
Yeah.
match her nails.
I know, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, match her nails. That's a very easy fix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can Photoshop?
Oh, yeah. If you go to YouTube and look for the Phlearn, Phlearn video on swapping colors or changing colors. It's real easy to do. It'll take you all of about 3 minutes.
Okay, fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, very nice. And what is your? Let's go here and look at this.
I have a 1-speed light, the SB600 on the left of her, and then natural light. And I'm basically shooting from, I climbed in the bathtub and kind of sat on the other side across from her and shot there.
Okay, and so how much of this available light, this natural light, did you use for the shot? Quite a bit of it?
Yes and no. Unfortunately, it was a rainy day. I was planning on shooting outside. I woke up and it was raining and kind of, darker sky. So I had to go for plan B.
Okay.
So it was kind of muted. It wasn't very much light.
Then what do you have?
Nice
What's your SB600 set on?
I think it was 1/32.
Okay. Yeah, the SB600s and the smaller cannons have a faster flash durations than their big brothers.
Oh,
the SB800s or SB900s. Very nice.
And I have a little kind of a screen on that flash as well, one of those that comes out to kind of mute it as well. So it would not be as sharp. Yeah, I'm not sure about the shadows. I'm still
the shadow's got to be there.
Okay.
The shadow gives it dimension. Without the shadow, it
would be too flat.
Lost. Yeah.
Okay.
Really well done, Ilona.
Thank you very much.
Great idea. Just a really, really great idea.
It was. I had no choice. I had to go inside, so I figured I'll just use the bathtub.
Yeah, if you don't have a choice, then you make sure it works.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
You bet. Daniel Franks.
Hey, Don. Happy Saturday.
Same to you, sir. And what do we, these are free throws, right?
Yes.
Wow. How many different throws we got here?
Well, it was 78 tries, out of which I got 10 decent ones, and here I used 6 of those 10.
Okay.
Plus 1 shot for the dry bottle.
Okay,
So it was 7 total.
got it. Now you say this is a better shot over here. I don't know if it is. We'll look at it. real
Yeah, I can't decide.
I think it's too busy in front of the bottle. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think this one here, there's just more pizzazz going on here, and
Okay.
all of these are separate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was actually didn't use puppet warp on them. They kind of, that's how they looked.
I'd probably go in until you use the bottle. Is this splash that's down here on the ground, is this part of this one?
Yes.
Okay. This is the one I really like. This one here.
Okay.
I think I would probably just do the bottle and this one and move this one behind the bottle, just like going right behind it there. So it comes out over here a little bit. Almost
Okay.
like it frames it a little bit. As I think some of these are really, really busy. The rest of them, store them away because you're going to need them someday.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's too busy, Daniel. I think
Okay.
it's a really good shot. I just think it's a little bit too busy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Great color, by the way. And what's it sitting on?
Piece of black glass. It's from my entertainment set.
Okay. Using your strip box behind Translum. Translum, for those of you who don't know, Translum is a plastic. It's a thin plastic diffusion material, and you can get it at B&H. It's not terribly expensive. It will last you a decade or more. It's very, very durable, and it's real professional lighting gear, that's for sure. So that's what's giving him this gradient back here. So nicely done, right here up to the back. And if we look at it again, we'll see that's because he has the strip box closer to the translum here and farther away here. So it creates a nice, subtle, soft gradient, and you can control it that way. Great job, Daniel.
Thank you.
Great job. Adi, wow. How long did it take you to get that one? Come on, fess up.
Okay, well, actually several months. Yeah, back in June, I was doing some martini shots, and I figured I'd go ahead and just grab one and use it for this time around. But then when I looked at it, I suddenly realized the horizon lines were too high on all of them. And so I said, well, maybe I ought to just reshoot the glass and do a composition. Well, you know how things kind of progress from one thing to another.
Yeah.
So I ended up, probably if you go to the background, my background photo, you can see where I was heading. But I ended up using my 3-foot octabox with my Norman, and it just didn't portray right the glass. So I went ahead and threw up a piece of material for the scrim, which was all well and good. And I said, okay, the glass is starting to look pretty good because I wanted for the base. And then I said, well, since things are looking okay, I'm going to shoot suspend some olives and cocktail onions, which I then did. So that's why I ended up setting up the second, background stand to do that. And then I realized that, well, wait a minute, the second background stand actually makes a good guide for dropping olives. So I said, I'll take a couple more shots just to see if I can get something that's better than what I did back in June.
Yeah.
And so I did. Well,
So-
anyway, Yeah, the one thing that I suddenly realized, and you hit on it earlier, was that I ended up having my scrim too close, so you could see a lot of detail in the background. So I ended up taking that out and essentially finding a gray that actually matched the color in the splash.
Mm-hmm. That looks good. I'm still trying to figure out how you got that.
That was just dumb luck.
A long time ago, I was in Atlanta doing an advanced workshop, and one of the things we were doing was a wine pour, where you mount the glass in a like a clamp, so it's at an angle, and then you pour the wine in to try to get it to swirl, right? And nobody had ever done a pour shot before, and one of the team had the bottle ready to go. They poured it in, and the wine went in the glass and came right back up in a curly Q and right out of the glass, and he nailed it. They shot 45 more pictures, and they all sucked. But the very first ever pour shot they did was an award-winning shot. It was just absolutely beyond the pale. So sometimes it happens right away, and sometimes we keep working for it. This is a really cool shot. This is very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Congratulations on that. What lens here? 60 millimeter micro. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my 60 macro. Mm-hmm.
And you went with a really shallow depth of field here. 2.8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Then, like I said, this is a composition of two separate photos. One just doing the glass on a black surface, and then shooting the the spill, and then marrying the two.
Really cool. Good job.
Well, thank you.
Good job. Thanks for sharing, man. That's great. That's great. Mr. Shaw.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good.
You got some. Now, is this soap that's coming down there on it, or
it's water?
Water. Okay. You got it behind the scenes here.
Yeah, it's just move your.
Oh,
nope. You got to go back. Right there. That's the first one. Yeah, that's the first behind the scenes. That's how I got the drop on top, and then I just simply grabbed a splash from one of my previous throws or previous water shots, and I put that in.
Okay, so you put most of this together then in Photoshop.
The splashes I did, yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Your bottle looks pretty good, Mark. You've seen me do that highlight thing, right? With the new layer.
Yeah, your little dodge and burn trick.
Yes. See the highlight here and here. This is.
I wondered about it, and then I thought I was gonna leave it in and see what comments I got.
I would just pull it up a little bit. I'd actually dodge it up a little bit. Don't take it down. We want to see those highlights really well, because the label looks very, very good. I just want to see all the design elements in here. If we pull that up 3 or 4 strokes with that thing at 10%, you should be able to pull it up very well. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, very cool. And then the background is photoshopped as well, right?
Yeah. That's a solid fill layer, and then I just got the radiant gradient again, the radial gradient.
Great. Great. You match the color.
Yeah.
Really, I like it. It's very bright. It's very poppy. I think it's kind of cool, Mark. What lens did you use, sir?
I used a Sigma 105 millimeter.
All right. All right. Very good.
Thanks, Don.
Yeah, very good. Arnold.
Hi, Don.
Hi.
The original concept for this one was I was just gonna drop uh, ice cubes on regular glass, and I'm gonna put the Absolute right next to it. When I was shooting, I was like, oh gosh, the Absolute bottle looks so much better. So I said, oh my God, I'm gonna attempt one of the classic ones, and I didn't want to do that to start with, but this is what I wound up with. And basically, it's just a single light in the back, front lighting the scrim, and that was it. It's a 260-watt second flash at 156 power. I mean, 256 power. And I shot this at f13, 200th of a second, and that's what I got. The hardest part of it actually was setting it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the splashes took me about 10 tries to splash on the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But the hardest part of it was just the setting up, those little ice cubes on the bottom. I mean, that was the killer part of it.
So you're throwing the water at the back of the bottle?
No, I was actually splashing it from the side.
Okay, got it.
If you look at the comments on it, the bottom one, that one, it shows you actually how it looks like, because I did not. It's just 3-image composite. Actually, yeah, that one is 3. I mean, the splash, the main splash on the body of the bottle is just a single, and then the one on the neck, that's the other one, and then the one at the top, that's another splash. So that's a 3-image composite.
It's really, really kind of amazing how beautiful that bottle is, because I'll tell you what, everybody who shoots liquor ends up shooting an Absolute vodka bottle.
Right.
It's so well known, and it's such a beautiful shape.
Right.
It's interesting. A friend of mine told me that his brother helps design liquor bottles for a big designer in Chicago. It's one of those things. He said, sometimes when you buy this liquor, when you buy it, especially inexpensive liquor, like a $25 bottle of tequila,
right.
He says, you're paying $15 for the damn bottle. The tequila inside's worth about $1.50, and the rest is profit. The bottles are the most expensive part of some of this stuff. Now you get up in the higher liquors, then you're paying for the fact that it's 25 years old and all that kind of stuff. But vodka is not aged. Vodka, you don't want like 10-year-old vodka. Nobody cares, right?
Right.
These bottles are super expensive, and the branding that goes into creating these bottles, you can't like taste it before you buy it. There's no brand to the taste or the smell. It's like perfume. So the only thing they can do to brand the liquor is the bottle design. And you're showing off that bottle design very, very nicely here. The logo looks really great. Your splash looks really fun. Everything's happening here. This is a pretty good shot. 105 millimeter macro.
Do you think this version is overly designed?
Say that again.
Do you think it is overly designed, meaning it's too conceptual?
No. Everybody needs a shot like this.
All right.
Something to show people that you can really work it out. Okay.
And what about the label? I mean, the label is kind of obscured on this one, right?
Yeah,
we were talking about that.
If it was a different brand, that might be an issue. But Absolute, the history of Absolute's advertising, I don't have a problem with it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I've seen it half submerged in water, for instance.
Right.
So that the part that goes into water gets a little bit distorted. They don't have a problem with it. It's too recognizable.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. But again, it's up to the art director. What does the art director want you to do? If you can do it with and without, then you're safe. What do you want we'll pull out the bag of tricks to make it happen.
Right. I mean, I had for this one, I had to hang a white card so that I could light control the label, the top of it, the seal. Because without that, the seal was too dark.
Yeah.
It's way too dark.
This here.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Yeah, it was just way too dark.
That's
I mean, I had to
traditionally a
hang.
problem. Traditionally a
Right.
problem. And you fixed it by putting a white bounce card up there. Angle of incidence, angle of reflection.
Right.
Very good, man.
Okay, thanks.
Really well thought out, Arnold. Really well thought out.
Okay, thank you.
Cookies.
Hey, Don.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Cookies. Look at that. Now, is that cookie actually falling in that milk, or is that something else that you used as a interim splash?
Splash was I took 3 or 4 nuts from some bolts and hot glued them together so they're about the same size of the cookie, and then dropped them in over and over again.
Yep. Because I've done cookies into milk before, and that's not the kind of splash it does. It kind of flattens out. Yeah.
The cookie was I filled the cup with the cream, and I had the one that cookie was in the cream, but then I took it all apart and then just did the splashes. Took the cookies out.
Yep. And if you want to play with something that's a little thicker than cream, try vanilla yogurt. That's not cold. Let it sit out a little bit. You'll get some very interesting splashes, but it doesn't splash like this. Everything's like a big wave, you know. Very cool. All right, cool. And texture in the glass, we see.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so the cookies are all on the sticks.
Yep. That one was lowered into the glass when the glass was filled with the cream, the one on the left.
And then the splash was created afterwards, correct?
Yep. All the splashes were afterwards.
Yeah. How many splashes did you do?
Oh, a bunch, probably 50-ish. Until it started coming over onto the floor. It's the first time I've done splashes in the house. I didn't feel like taking it apart and bringing it to the garage. And the cream was starting to fall onto the floor, so that's enough.
It can be one of the messier jobs that we do.
Yeah.
Yes. Plus all that milk all over the floor, it starts to smell and everything else. Cream. Lighting on the cookies is good. We get to see all the shapes there. Background, we got a little bit of a gradient thing going there. That's kind of cool. Very poppy, very contemporary. Joe.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Nice set. Well made. Carla? Is Carla here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So we're dropping this water on the top or from the side?
No, the top.
From the top. Very cool. That's pretty. Is the glass itself pink?
It is pink.
Is the stuff inside pink or is it clear?
No, it's clear.
It's clear. Okay. Really like your splash. What's your behind the scenes picture say? Okay, so that's your shot, and you're just pouring that on the top and shooting it then, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. How many different shots is in this? Is this one shot or multiple?
No, it's 2 shots. I mean, I look for the one where the bottle looks a little bit cleaner, and then the other one is the splash.
Huh.
But I do have the bottle separately as well, but then it looked a little bit fake.
Yeah, and that's what you can put it in and blend it a little bit, and I think that's the best way to do it. I would have been pretty adamant that we would cut a piece of whiteboard the size of this.
Okay.
And put it behind it so that the pink would show through instead of the black.
Okay.
Because that pink is just astounding color. It's beautiful. And if we had that whiteboard back there, or you could use silver, like a shiny board,
Yeah.
little piece of shiny board. That would
Tried to
make.
shoot it. I tried to shoot it in white before, but it didn't look right. I keep like getting some black stuff on it. So I was like, okay, that doesn't work. So I went all black.
Yep. Okay. So you could put your perfume this is perfume. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And then shoot it with a big white card behind it. So it's going to stick out, because see how clean that edge is there? It'd be a piece of cake to drop the white one behind this one and then just carefully paint it out. That way you only get as much as you want to come through. That's the nice thing about doing it the Photoshop way, is that you're not limited to just what that white card gave you, but you can change it up and let it come out. And remember, it can't come above the rim line here, because that will look fake. It'll look phony.
Okay, so just like a little piece, like the size of the bottle.
Yeah. No. If you're going to do it in Photoshop, it can be a pretty good size piece. Doesn't matter, because you're gonna put that layer in Photoshop. That layer's down here, with the white card behind the bottle.
Okay.
Right? And then you're going to put your bottle shot with your splashes up here and a mask on it, and just reveal this lower one right where you want it to be revealed.
Okay.
So really no cutting or masking or anything. You're just going to reveal it at 20% at a time as you reveal it, and then you'll get exactly what you want, and not heavy-handed, because you may be right. If that was pure white back there, it was pure pink, it might look like a lantern or something and lose the drama of it.
And then the other question is, the bottle should be like totally clean, or it should have water on? Because I did both versions just in case.
With this splash, probably going to have water on it, except for, oh, wait a minute. I don't think that's the little tube there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the tube. Ooh, I would do anything I could do to have it not go through the touch of pink there.
I didn't know how to open the bottle to remove it. I don't think I have ever opened one.
Well, one of the photographers in a previous class opened up his wife's $250 perfume and took the thing out and did the photograph, and then discovered that he could not put it back on. Okay. You don't want to do that. Okay. You don't want to do that. You can do it to your own. Don't do it to your wife's or your husband's cologne. Don't do that. I would take it out. I'd take it out in Photoshop. Just touch it out.
Okay.
Okay. If you were shooting this for Lacoste, they would probably send you 10 or 15 bottles, all of them with that missing, if the art director wanted it missing. If you go up online, you'll find it with and without all over the place.
Okay.
So it just becomes a stylistic thing. How do they want to present it, kind of thing.
And the other question that I had about this photo is like the splash, I mean, it came from above, but I removed like the top part because I didn't want it, like to see, the big drop coming from above. So
That's
I removed
fine.
it.
Yeah, that's fine. It just looks like the water's swirling all around it. I think it's fun and it's refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah. And your foreground's really fun as well. But you can see what I mean. That pink is overwhelming to the picture, and then we lose it up here.
Yeah, it's actually a gradient in the bottle. It doesn't go all the way up.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh. Pick an easier bottle. That's a tough bottle. That's a tough bottle. Try it with the white card behind it,
Okay.
and try that blending mode, to see what you can get. And when you do, post it on Facebook, and I'll take a look.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Very
Thanks.
good.
Hey Don, question.
Yes.
Do you think it would be better if the water was pink?
No.
Okay.
No. No. Not for this. Not for. It's got to look fresh and open. Oh, I see what she's talking about. There we go. Oh yeah. That's tough. Rockstar. Who shot the Rockstar? Kit shot the Rockstar.
Hello.
Hey Kit, how are you?
I'm good.
Looks like a shower. That's pretty cool. How did you get the shower effect?
I went outside and used the hose with a flower watering end on it.
Okay. And how did you shoot this outside?
I shot the can inside, and then I tried, and the water didn't look right inside with my tarp and trying to be careful. So I went outside and got everything wet.
Yeah. Well, the light on the can is perfect. Dead on, right on for a can like this. Nice scrim. So we got a little bit of a soft edge.
Yeah, I've got I think no, I don't have the behind the scenes, but I have a soft box on the right and a white card a soft box on the left and then a white card on the right.
That's perfect. Your label looks good. Your Rockstar looks good. The star looks good. You got your nice highlight through here. Really well done. And then when you did the rain, do you have black cards on both sides or one side?
I didn't use black. It's on the next behind the scenes shot. I put a little flash in the front and then the backlit.
Okay.
I did it it was a little bit darker. It was early in the morning, so there wasn't much other light around.
Okay. That works. This is a green monster can, and this is a Rockstar.
Well, I used the green one as a model to throw the water on.
Okay.
Just so it was the same size and relative distance.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Good plan. And then you just took the chair out in Photoshop.
Yes.
Nice. Good portfolio piece, sir.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Lael Robinson.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Very good. What is a flashpoint? Oh, speed lights. Okay. All right. My I don't know if you guys, if I told this class, but my right eye is legally blind right now. It's got I had cataract surgery and some scar tissue has closed over the little hole, and my right eye I can't read a thing in front of me right now. But now my left eye is working overboard, but my left eye doesn't know how to read as well as my right eye. So this is fun. This is really fun. Love the little. That's nicely shaped down there. Those items down there. Is that cream?
It is cream.
And what are you dropping in there?
Those are red raspberries.
Okay. I love this one. See this raspberry here?
Uh-huh.
I want you to pull it up to that color.
Okie doke.
Because it's too dead there. It's too dead. We got to get it light, get some life in it. As a matter of fact, I think I'd tell you to pop the red in this one just a little more. What did you do in post on this one, Lael?
I did. I brushed the inside of the splash a little bit. It was a little dark. I brightened it. I brought the vibrance up a little bit. I kind of that's about it. I cleaned it up a little bit. I had some specks and stuff in there that I took out. But that's about it.
Well, it looks really good.
Thanks.
Looks really good. How many splashes did you do, sir?
Well, I've got a lot of them. And the first one and this is the last one I took, and the first one I took were the best. Everything in between, you can keep. But yeah, I got a bunch of them, and I got them. I got water. I got olives in water. I spent the better part of probably 8-9 hours over a course of a couple days.
Good.
Splashing stuff.
Yeah, and it gets easier, by the way. The next time you guys go to do a splash shot, you won't have to do as many pictures because your brain and your eye will come together, brain and your eye will come together, and you'll get down to the point where you can get probably 50 or 60% of them. You'll get them where you want them. It's just a matter of trying to finally figure out what kind of lead time you have to give your shutter. Because the digital cameras still have a lag. When you push the button, remember the old point and shoots, you'd push the button and like wait a week for it to take a picture?
Yeah.
Well, these still do the same thing. They just do it on a much faster scale. But they still do the same thing. There's still a lag between the time you push the button down, you take the picture. Where with a film camera, it's immediate. You push it's just right now. So.
Don, if you lock the mirror up, does that help the speed?
No, it has to do with, well, I don't know. I'll say this, Lauren, I don't know. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. I don't think it has to, the camera has to set itself. It has to go through the machinations of setting itself to make the picture. Where with a mechanical camera or an analog camera, it doesn't have to search for the aperture thing to close it down and all that stuff. That's all manually. It happens instantly. So.
So Don, I've got a question about this picture.
Yes.
I have this exact same in a square crop, and so most of the bottom is gone and some of the top, and it kind of fits the glass that it's in. And I'm wondering what you would think about that.
I think that would be cool. A square.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Okie doke.
Yeah, I would, Lael, I would always tell you, by the way, I don't know if you did it or not, but if you shot it this close, you shot it too close. Back it up. You could always crop. You could always crop in if you've got room around it.
Well, it's bigger than this, and I cropped it down.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and you know, any of you folks using a full frame camera, especially anything 16 megabytes or larger, you can crop the heck out of those pictures and still have, you know, really, really good files. So don't worry about that part.
Okay.
All right. This is your, got it?
Right.
So softbox right above the top of it.
Right. And then there's another speed light back behind the scrim.
This
shooting.
scrim here?
Yes.
Okay.
So. Hello.
Just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Just thinking here.
Well, I lost my connection last week in the middle of it, and I kept waiting for people to talk and do things, and nothing happened.
Well, I'm just thinking on this shot, to make it a square, you're going to lose some. Yeah, I would like to see the shot full size. Okay, can you put it on Facebook full size?
Sure.
Yeah, do that. I want to see if I can play with it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Thanks.
JT.
Hey, Don.
Hi, JT. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Himalayan salt. Ooh, what's this nice little design you got going back there?
Well, I was not thinking that Himalayan salt and palm trees probably didn't work together, but I used it in the background. Just it was a like little fake plant that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that between the light and your scrim, or
It
is it a
is.
shadow?
Yeah, it's between the light and the scrim, and it's really close to the scrim.
Got it. Okay. Very delicate light in here, and look how beautiful your label looks.
Okay, so I was thinking the label looks really bad on the sides. See how it reflected on the sides and
oh, here?
Yeah, no, a little bit over to the edge where it pulled the pink in on the edges. No, over a little bit more on the bottle.
Over here?
Yeah. So see on the edge it pulled the pink, but then there's a space in between.
I think so. Is this gray here? This is part of the design of the bottle, right?
So what it is, and if I were to take more time, I'd do it over. There's a label on the back, which is causing that separation and then reflecting onto the side. So I think I would have removed the label or put something darker behind it or white.
And when you shoot for Dial, they'll send you bottles without labels.
I would appreciate if they would have done that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, did you? Is this a client shoot?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, what? They didn't do that? Yeah, they'll go, you know, because sometimes you buy a bottle at the store, the label's not quite straight, you know, like sometimes they're a little off. So what they'll do is they'll send down to the factory and say, we need 10 perfect bottles for photography. So when you get it, that label's on perfectly straight and there's no back label on it and the whole bit. Yeah, I would take the back label off and do the same technique I was explaining before with the white card.
Yep.
And do the white card and get a real even thing. What I do like about this is the lighter to darker here. That looks good. The pump inside is very subtle, so that's fine. This could pop more up here.
Okay.
You got a great highlight here. And then this, see how that almost matches the blue?
Yeah.
We need a white card back here. You know, even if it only comes down to here, just to sparkle these edges right here.
Makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, just to pop those, because your big bottle looks great.
Thanks.
And now you've got it sitting in talcum powder, and the talcum powder or salt, whatever that is.
It's actually water. I'm laughing because I had such a hard time with water. I did the shoot with just the bottle and then the palm leaf in the back. And then I decided to go outside this morning and shoot the water, and my strobe was not powerful enough to override the sunlight. So I gave into the sunlight and it was just too much.
Okay, it doesn't look like water to me.
I know. I know.
Well, if someone said to you, if the art director looks at it and goes, that's really nice, I love how you did the talcum powder, just go, uh-huh. Just let them go, because it does not look like water. Very cool. I mean, what was your shutter speed there for the water?
So I had it at 1/2000.
Okay.
For the water or the talcum powder.
Mm-hmm. So you did it with a hose?
No, I just had a small carafe, and I was pouring water. So not on this bottle, but on the bottle. You know, I brought it downstairs and shot it again.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Really nice. Good job. Very pretty. You could probably put this back in Lightroom and paint this a little bit brighter up here.
Yep.
Yep. As far as this stuff happening here, don't worry about it for now.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, JT, if you're shooting this for a client, there's going to be like 3 levels of client. One is a magazine says we're doing the top 5 Himalayan salt shots. That means to you, they're probably going to pay you $80 a piece for the shot or $75 a piece. You're not going to go through a bunch of histrionics and crap for an $80 photograph, nor do they expect you to, okay? So this would work fine for that. The second one would be a product shot where they're going to say, okay, Safeway, this is what our bottles look like, whatever. Product sheets shot. That's going to be a step up from the editorial shot. And then the third one is the one they're going to run in the magazines. You know, 40 consumer magazines are going to get a full page ad of this. You'll spend all day on that shot.
Yeah.
And probably send it out to a retoucher and probably shoot the cap with a silver pop and a white pop and a different pop and all kinds of stuff so that your retoucher can put it all together to make it perfect. So you have like those 3 levels of what you do. This would be fine for the first 2 levels. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Very nice. Melvin.
Good morning.
What's that?
I said good morning.
Oh, good morning. Look at that beautiful light on the tube here. It's splashing into the water, I take it.
Right, I'm dropping it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that was the last shot I took just before the cap sheared off of it.
Okay, what are you dropping it into? A big bowl?
It's if you want to look at the next image, it's sort of a little pan, a plastic pan that you put under a flower pot. So it's got those concentric circles there,
Yeah.
just to give it some rigidity.
So it's not very deep, the water.
No, it's not at all, actually.
Okay. That's very cool, man. That's cool. You're I would probably you got a little bit, this highlight's giving me a little bit of a fit right here for this label.
Okay.
But you know, you want to slap them upside the head and say, look, if you make a bright, shiny plastic bottle, you're going to get bright, shiny plastic reflections.
Right.
So you got to do the best you can. I don't know that an art director would care about this, but for a product shot, for like a product sheet, they're going to want to see the whole label. All you do is move your light down to the left a little bit and bring in you needed a larger white card above the set. Melvin, do you see what I'm saying? So that all of this metallic stuff would have something to reflect as well, because that Z is reflecting your light. So we just needed right above the set a white card, so the rest of the silver in here, or chrome, or whatever it is, would see it as well. You can still use your main light from the side as your main light, but we're going to bring this ambient area up and give the silver something to reflect.
Okay. Oh, so you would want to have that white, chrome. Okay.
Yeah,
not black. Okay.
Yeah, not black, because it's not black. It's really silver when you look at it. Yeah. All right. Very good. What lens, sir?
That's the 105 macro that I always use.
All right. Very good. Nice set. Oh, is that it?
It is.
That is it. Okay. I don't know how to get out of here, so. There we go. Really great shots. Really great shots, folks. Wonderful. Are you learning stuff from these classes?
Darn rights.
All right.
Yes,
All
we are.
Definitely.
I'm very happy.
Good learning
about that.
curve.
I'm very happy about that. Let's go back to the page and see what happens for tomorrow. I'll activate that right now for you. What is for next week? What devilry did I?
We get to play with food.
Playing with your food, absolutely. There's no more fun in the world than playing with food. Food is one of the greatest subject matters you can do, because you can go to the store and spend $2 and come home with something you could do 50 photographs of. Like, I think of garlic, heirloom tomatoes, mushrooms. Probably more than $2, but you get the point. Mushrooms can be really delightful. Radishes, if they're perfect. Eggplant, broccoli, on and on. The food is such a well-known vehicle for us. We know that subject matter, and it's really, really fun. So you're going to have fun with this, with playing with your food. I'll activate it now. As soon as I get off the show, I'll activate it. It'll be up. You can jump in. Any questions?
Actually, I have one, Don. Just from the picture I took for you told me that the chrome should really be chrome. Would the art director ask me to do that, or is he expecting me to know that it should be like that?
What would I say? Your default would be to show the chrome.
Okay.
Your default is to show the chrome because that's what you need to do.
Okay.
If you want to, if the art director says, well, I'd rather have it this way, or we don't need to show the chrome, then do that. But your default is to show the chrome.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great one. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Don.
Bye.
Bye.